Okay, hello everyone, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you are well and full of energy for today's session. Thank you very much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us. My name is Tânia Moreira. I am project manager and consultant at Inova Mais Portugal and partner of the S+T+ARTS Prize, the project that triggered the session today. If you don't know this project, don't wait more time and find all the information at S+T+ARTS.eu or search the S+TARTS Prize on Google or any other search engine that you use. And today, we count on the wisdom and expertise of InvestEU. Did you know this platform, this service? Well, if not, great, you are on the right place. In this session, we count with the experience from two experts from InvestEU, Polona and Michael. Thank you very much. Welcome to the S+TARTS community. And well, today they will answer your questions on financing and investment opportunities for the cultural and creative sector mostly. I imagine you read and search a bit on InvestEU, on what is this InvestEU platform, but today we have the chance, the opportunity to hear and learn directly from Polona and Michael. These two fantastic InvestEU experts. Don't waste this opportunity to learn from them. InvestEU is a program that supports sustainable investment, innovation and job creation in Europe. Of course, Polona and Michael, they will explain you all of it, what this means in their presentation. I'm very glad to host this session and welcome Polona and Michael and to learn from them. And before passing the word to them, a couple of practical things. This session, as you saw in the short video presentation, is being recorded. Our intention is to share the video later on YouTube. The format of the session is more or less close to the informal format. In case you have questions, please raise your hand by clicking on the raise button below on the screen, or write your questions directly on the chats. And well, now a couple of announcements. First, we are planning other S+TARTS sessions. The next one will be dedicated to public funding, how to search for public funding, how to apply to it. If you have interest, check the event at S+TARTS.eu and register to it as well. And second, in the last month, it were announced the S+TARTS Prize 2023 winners. If you didn't have the chance to watch the press conference, go to the S+TARTS Prize website and know the new winners, the full list of honorary mentions, and also the nominees. There are a lot of innovations that will for sure trigger your curiosity. And well, if you are interested to keep updated about the S+TARTS Prize activities, the newest news, subscribe to the S+TARTS newsletter and also follow us on social media and website. I'm going to copy on the chat the links for the S+TARTS newsletter and social media, access them and check the S+TARTS news there. And now let's move to the most exciting moment of the session. Please, Polona and Michael, the floor is yours. Again, thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah. Thank you, Tanya, for this nice introduction. Hello to everybody, and yeah, happy to be here and show you something about the InvestEU program. So it's together with my colleague Polona. We are working at the InvestEU governance. We are both based in Luxembourg. And yeah, so we are let's say we are very close to this project coming in, so we should know something about that. So Polona, if you could
share the slides now.
Yeah. So let's say we divide our presentation. So I make a bit the introduction, and then Polona can tell you more about details and how you could get access to finance. Yes. Okay. So that's the InvestEU program. In the current budgetary period, it follows to the previous program called Juncker Plan FC, Investment Plan for Europe. So that was all the same. And this InvestEU program, let's say it's the new generation of this program. So we have three pillars there, three components. So the first one is the money. It's the InvestEU fund. We have the advisory hub, which gives some technical and advisory help to structure a project. And we have the InvestEU portal, where you could display your projects if you are looking for external investors. So the next slide, yeah, I just say we are part of the policy context. So there's a new program, or there was, it's already now since 2 years ongoing, Next Generation EU, where we are part of, and it's let's say the larger brother or sister is the Recovery and Resilience Facility. And then let's say the next to it comes this InvestEU program, and we want to shift the growth to green and digital sector, but also ensuring a fair transition, and help in research and on this startup ecosystem, and also mitigate economic consequences of the current political situation, war against Ukraine, with all let's say results, bad results there. And we are also helping then related social projects to this. But we, let's say, on the policy plans, we also have this Green Deal industrial plan and critical raw materials. So these are the large, let's say, the large targets of this program. But we're also going very much to individual enterprises, even small enterprises, individual micro enterprises. So this is not forgotten there, and I will show in a minute some more details about that. So the next slide. So the InvestEU fund, it's let's say important to recognize that it's not a grant program as let's say research programs or the regional funds. So this is what we call the financial instrument. So we are giving loans, equity, or guarantees. And this is done not directly by the European Union. So you cannot apply for a loan here, let's say Luxembourg or Brussels. It's implemented via financial intermediaries, so mainly banks or investment funds. So we are choosing banks, which helps us then to implement the program. And for this, we give a budgetary guarantee, and then we are, this is now a bit, let's say, financial things here. So we guarantee the most risky part of a portfolio of investment, and then for that we would attract other investments. And at the end of the program, we want to mobilize 372 billion of additional investment. So this is rather a large sum. It was somehow a bit proven from the Juncker plan before that it worked well, and we're doing let's say a bit the same in a more elaborated way. So until now we had already approved 12.3 billion of this guarantee amount of 26 billion there. So we are almost half there of that, and we had more than 100 InvestEU operations approved, but there are many sub operations, and we have about already mobilized more than 100 billion of additional investment. So we are there, and I think it's working well. So this could benefit from this program. It's by financial, I said it's implemented by banks. So we have the European Investment Group, EBRD, Council of Europe Bank, and so on. And they choose again further banking partners in the countries where you can then contact to get access to the funding, as I said, loan or equity investment. Next slide, please. So that's again, do you see, by the way, the right half of the slide? Okay, no problem. I just say we have this guarantee, and this is how it works. In the middle, we have the financial intermediaries, banks, microfinance providers, and so on. And then that's at the end. Let's say you, the clients, or the how it's in our jargon, the final beneficiaries of our of our programs. Next slide, please. Yeah. So we have we just don't want to invest, let's say, in anything, but we want to have some political steer. So we invest into sustainable infrastructure. So we have four windows where the investments are done: sustainable infrastructure, research, SMEs, and also social investment and skills. And the cultural and creative sector falls under this in social investment and skills window. As I said, we had already 103 projects and many sub-projects. From the infrastructure, we are supporting things like battery factories, hydrogen technology, of course, renewable energy, solar and wind parks, and so on. We support research activities, but many small and medium-sized enterprises. So we have already contracts with I don't know 100 or 150 banks all over Europe, where you could access to the money, and also for the social investment and skills. We are, for example, working on the microfinance sector, but also supporting schools and hospitals and so on. You see, we have a rather broad approach, however, still focused on some policy priorities. Next slide, please. So I just show some projects that we had already approved in the cultural sector. You know, this project START. It's not the same as your project, as I understood. It's, however, also it's organization operates in Belgium that's supports companies in the cultural creative sectors, and also helps to upscaling projects and so on. And it's specifically for SMEs and small public enterprises. And then we have a very large guarantee. So guarantee means we give a guarantee to the EIF, and they then invest in loans or give guarantees further to banks which are operating in the country. So this is a rather large thing, and you see operates Italy, Spain, France, Portugal, Romania, Denmark, Belgium, and in the Czech Republic. And also we have again another instrument which helps in the digital and creative sector. We just supported a fund which is investing in film production in France, for example. So these are the things that are upcoming. The next slide. Yeah, so this is so I now gave a quick overview about this. Let's say the first component, it's about the money, but it's money, let's say, is not all. You might need some help to structure your project, that it's bankable or interesting for external investors. So we had the advisory hub, which is accessible via website, and behind this advisory hub they are experts located at the European Investment Bank, for example, but also in other financial institutions, which helps you to structure your project that it's let's say suiting better for financing. So you see this, just Google it, InvestEU Advisory Hub, and then you get let's say you're guided. We have a so-called wizard there, so you would be then guided to the right advisory partner. So it's for the most cases it's free. this advisory there, except you are, let's say, a large sort of consulting company, something like that. That it's not free, but in the most cases, let's say it's a free service supported by the European Union. I think now, yeah. So we had I mentioned we had some advisory partners, a network already, and we are going further with this network. We are centrally European Investment Bank, GDP in Italy, BPI France. Again, about how it's called, CDP, Caisse de Dépôt, and the Council of Europe Bank, and the European Bank for the EBRD there, and some other Enterprise Europe networks helps here as well. So I think that's now the first part. Polona, if you could, have you questions in between, or we are at the half of the slides in the moment, or maybe at the end then? So,
does anyone ask questions for Michael at this stage? Yes, Alessandro.
Yeah.
So good morning, everybody. Thank you, Michael,
Hello.
for the introduction and the presentation. I am a project manager for the EU Commission as well, EPGM, and I have a question about the EU investment. I'm running a project in Web3 and Web4. This can be also like a fit for this program, for the digital and for the culture cross-sectoral.
Yeah, it depends a bit on the stage, how far you are. So if you want already go to the market with these projects, then this would suit there. So we had already projects, let's say, which have been funded on the Horizon before, and now they are, let's say, a spin-off of a university, and they want to outreach to the market. Then they could go under the this InvestEU program.
Okay, so let's say that the InvestEU, it's not for pre-seed, but it's just for the VIP product. So somebody has to have already. I mean, we are a consortium of 4 nations right now, and all of them are part of the country that are eligible for the, as you said before. So maybe I will check on funding.
Yeah. Let's say it's. I mean, it works. This InvestEU supports a bit more risky projects, which other than would get anyway financing on the market. You know, at a bit interesting, but maybe a bit more risky for normal financing or normal. So let's say if your project has been reached a stage where it's bankable or investable, then it would be right to go under InvestEU. Could be a bit more, let's say, not 100% bankable, but a bit more or less. Then InvestEU would help there.
This is really good. This is exactly the answer that I would like to hear. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yeah.
Okay. So if there's no more questions, I will then continue with my part. And yeah, you can feel free to interrupt me. So I will present then the third component of the InvestEU program, which is the InvestEU portal. And maybe this is more applicable to what Alessandro asked. It actually more targets startups that are also in the pre-seed stage and at the beginning stages. So basically what it is, it's a platform where so our projects, so startups and smaller SMEs are apply, and then when they pass the screening are published, and then we have a database of private investors. But the private investors here are meant as business angels and venture capital firms mostly, and maybe some accelerators, and we have some banks, but mostly is VC and business angels. So basically here, the EU, as in we, the European Commission, don't really do anything. We're just the intermediary and kind of oversee, let's say, the business flow being done between these private investors and these projects, which we then deem as higher quality projects. yeah, and then maybe like some facts about the portal now is we have almost 1,200 projects published. I mean, by the same companies. And we have about 400 investors registered. And based on our information, about 10% of published projects receive some form of financing from the investors. And now, I mean, not sure if this is applicable now to the audience, but we have expanded also to Iceland and Norway, meaning that they're also eligible for funding. So, but also another maybe interesting point is if you register to the portal and then you have access to the various pitching events we organize and co-organize with our partners. And we have about 6, 7 per year. So you have then the opportunity to pitch in front of international investors and again, have another pool to gain potential investments. And again, the portal is really more targeting smaller pre-seed startups, SMEs. I mean, so it's about 9% of the projects there are startups, only 10% are larger infrastructure projects. So then maybe I'll provide you with some more, let's say, useful information, hopefully. So how can you find finance? I mean, find the information how to get financing in your country as an SME. This is completely talking about SME, so I assume, and startups are applicable to you. So you have to go to what is written in the top left corner. You have to go to the Access to Finance webpage, and there it will pop up what you see here, this little map, and you choose the country. You just scroll with the mouse and you choose the country you are from or you're interested in. And in this example here, it's Sweden. And then basically, I'll go like this. So when you do that, you have search criteria. And basically you have here on the top left type of financing. And here you choose either you want loan, equity, guarantee. Then here you have the investment focus where you would, for example, choose the cultural sector. And because you want to get InvestEU financing, you go to the source of finance here at the bottom left. And you would, for example, choose InvestEU. And then what you would get a list of all the banks or other financial institutions that provide the loans or equity or guarantees for the sector you have indicated. And yeah, so as indicated here, this is kind of what shows up. Okay, I see, I can use my mouse. So that would kind of be it. So I would advise you to go to this webpage and to really have a look. And then once you click, for example, on Nordea, you would get all the information and the contact details. And basically from then on, everything is done by Nordea forward.
Yeah, and just to add, I mean, all these financial institutions you see there, so they had to when they are under InvestEU, they have to provide a landing page, so where some more detailed information. So normally it should not just go to the home page, but you should then land on the dedicated website where it's described, say, target size of the loan, maturity, these kind of things are normally given. So this is let's say this is the funding under the InvestEU fund that I said to you. So loans and guarantees, and the portal that Polona just shown, that's a kind of, let's say, showcase your project. So this is looking for external finance. So you could let's say go parallel, look here for a loan or guarantee, and in parallel display your project on this InvestEU portal. It's sometimes maybe a bit confusing from the naming, but that's important to see the differences between these two tools.
Yeah.
Polona, please.
Thank you. And then again, if you need some more information, we invite you to check our website. Maybe we have made a new video, so in the homepage you can see the video which explains the advisory hub and the fund again in more detail, let's say hopefully more human language. And here are some news. And again, here you can then click, if you see the 3 pictures here, you can click on the fund advisory or portal to get more information. And especially regarding the fund and advisory, you need to go under the InvestEU program, and basically you will get to a page that will explain how to apply for financing, and you will have all the financial institutions, so all the 11 partners, the international investment banks listed, to which you can apply to. And the same then goes for advisory. You will have, again, the banks listed, and you will have the instructions how to apply for advisory. You have to always go through this central entry point. And you also have a video, basically, that will explain to you maybe more nicely how this works. And if you're still more interested in InvestEU, we organize throughout this year and also the previous year InvestEU roadshows, which we do in all the 27 member states, and now we also do it in Norway, where basically we explain InvestEU again, and there is some specific then short seminars, workshops on financing and investment and InvestEU related stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, Michael, the next one is in Finland and Norway, but
yeah,
maybe...
I think so. Yeah.
So
we might have one in Austria in September. That's still a bit open. We have been to Brussels already, and many other countries. I mean, we, the colleagues, and up from time to time, we ourselves.
yes, and that's that. So thank you from my side.
Thank you very much, Polona. So if imagine I have a company and I want to be part of the platform, am I automatically eligible to be registered on the platform, or how is this process?
You mean in the InvestEU portal, or?
Yes.
No, so I mean, basically what is the main pre-requirement? You need to have an incorporated company. So you need to be registered in your country. So it cannot be just a nice business idea, but it already has to be an established company. So that is basically the main pre-requirement, and it needs to be, you need to operate in an EU member state, basically. Mm-hmm. It can also be a company that is registered, let's say, in Ukraine or in Turkey, something, but as long as the main part of your operations is done in one of the EU member states, then you're fine, you're eligible. But yeah, then we have the general, I mean, it needs to be nicely done, because we sometimes get some a bit odd examples. So, I mean, it obviously needs to be in line with our policy priorities and not be in any way shady or illegal. But mostly, yeah, in that sense, it's fine. But yeah, we have some eligibility, like some screening procedures, but it's not extremely tough. So mostly, if it's a nicely written, well-articulated project and you're legit and registered, you will go through in the highest case.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Polona.
Thank you.
Does anyone ask questions directly for Polona about the platform, the InvestEU portal? Okay, so maybe we can see the questions that we received during the registrations. Polona, Michael, if you agree.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, I mean, so during the registrations, you remember, we asked you to pose some questions.
So I can, let's say, tell some points. I mean, the funding opportunities. So as I said, it's under InvestEU, it's no grants, but it's loan or equity or venture capital investment. So that's let's say important point. It's so the
Michael, may I ask you just to explain in a very short sentence what means loans and equity for the ones that are not aware of? in any way of this
Yeah,
concepts?
okay. Loan means, I mean, if you want to buy your car and don't have enough on your savings account, you go to a bank and asking, don't know, for 10,000 euros. So that's a loan, and then you have to pay it back in a specific, let's say within 10 years. And this is a bit the same on the InvestEU, but we are helping a bit, let's say the beneficiaries. So let's say you are in the cultural sector, and let's say I want to finance the renovation of a museum, something like that. Then and you might have problems to find a bank giving you, let's say, to normal conditions the loan. And then we coming in InvestEU saying, okay, with our guarantee, you would have a longer tenure. So you just have to pay it back, not in 10 years, but in 25 years. And we would also ask for less collateral. So normally, I mean, you have to have some collateral, something that you have, let's say, even your income or something like that. That's be a bit more loose in this. I mean, not going in full risk, but to provide a better conditions. The other is the equity in investment. So then you have something. Let's say a company which has an producing, let's say, don't know, bicycles. and you have a new kind of bicycle, but you need to increase your business. You don't want to go for loans to the bank, but you're looking someone who gives you let's say 500,000 to increase your business and to further develop. So that's equity. And let's say in turn for this equity investment, he has some rights to have a say in the company. That say you I mean, and when you could also say, okay, when it's run well, they will take over your company completely if you want. But let's see, that's the I mean, you have these investors which I think, okay, this is a good business and I invest in that and it will be great. But you as an owner then of course lose a bit your rights there. So it's not full your company for the loan. I mean, the bank doesn't want. I mean, they give you the loan and you have to pay it back, but the equity investor wants to see and also wants to help you in your help and steer a bit in your decisions what we are doing. I mean, that's also could be there are some mixtures between and loan and venture capital investment. So it could be a convertible loan. So if it's not some risky parts, when it's not when you see that it's not paid back, it could be then converted into equity. Yeah. Of course, I mean, equity, I call it venture investor. So when the company goes bankrupt, then the money is gone. Huh? So that's how it goes. And we are not say investing direct in company with equity. We are investing to equity funds, which have a specific target. Let's say, okay, we are operating in the cultural sector, helping companies there. And then we let's say we invest 20% in this fund, and then other investors coming, and then the operations are. I think we in the predecessor program, one of our funds then supported Skype when it was very in the beginning, and then it was then at the end of the day it went was it bought by, I think it was bought by Google or so. I mean, then make, let's say, don't know, 10 times more of the investment and came back to the European budget. So that was successful. It could, of course, let's say, not all are so successful. So we have to find a balance. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Michael. And sorry for interrupting you. You were saying something about funding opportunities, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. No, that's what I said. I mean, you can go to this Access to Finance website and you see for your country and for your branch you are in. you would find the banks which are under InvestEU, but also under other programs, and then you can contact them for this, let's say, tailor-made loan, if available. And yeah, that's. I mean, if I don't know if you have a real. I mean, the people here in this virtual meeting, if you have an infrastructure project, so if you, I mean, if you are a company who wants to invest in solar panel power stations in the country, so you could also then this access to finance that's more for small enterprises. Then you have to contact directly the EIB, for example, and say, I have a project, would you co-finance? And then they will decide it's going to InvestEU, or they will finance it with their own resources. So it's a bit always about the risk. So when it's new technology, not tested technology, or where yeah, so for example, we are now supporting a factory in Sicily, in Catania, which is producing solar panels. So we are not so many European companies anymore, because I mean, all went more or less to China, but as you know, I mean, from the large political lines, we want to be not so over dependent from all this production, external production, and we try to support to have also some European production, yeah, things like that. But this is a real large project with, I don't know, 1 billion of investment. But we going from this very large to the other end, even giving supporting microfinance, 10,000 euro if someone needs to refurbish his or her shop, for example, things like that. We are also supporting.
So do you finance projects that already have something in concrete, a tangible component, not ideas? For instance, if I have a project.
Yeah, I mean, it could be ideas. Let's say you could, of course, put this on this project portal, that you could, let's say, put any idea as long as you have a company structure. So you have to register at the Chamber of Commerce or somewhere where you have to register in the country. Then you can, I mean, maybe you find the investor who thinks that's a good idea. It's brilliant. I invest somewhere. The other projects, which are, let's say, funded on our decision, they must be a bit, must be further, must be almost in the stage that you could go to bank or to investment fund and looking for finance there. So they must be much further developed. Here, this advisory hub would help you to structure your project.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. Yes, this is this is aligned with the Alessandro questions right at the beginning of this session. And actually, it is an important one, because we are in the STARTS community, we have scientists and also artists, and most of the times they are thinking about new things, new ideas. So this is also relevant for them to know that this is not a closed possibility to find investors. Okay,
no,
thank you very much.
I don't know, maybe Polona, if you could call this Access to Finance website, we could show then you, let's say, also for relative, I mean, small loans, comparing to a solar panel factory, how to get.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah, is it difficult? I mean, if not, but then.
No, I mean, I'll find it.
Yeah. Okay. No. Then.
Okay. Let me just share. You see?
Yeah. Here it's, by the way, I think we had this question as well. If you go up a bit, EU assistance to Ukraine. If
okay.
there's a question about that, we have it. Have this. So it's not part of InvestEU, but we have here you will see a summary there how the EU is supporting businesses in Ukraine.
Okay.
And
So,
also in Ukrainian language here. But
so
let's
then
say
we can
25. Yeah. So let's just go to any country. I mean,
Belgium.
Italy
Belgium. Yeah.
or Belgium. Okay.
Belgium. I think you're based in Belgium.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So and then you go if you go in investment type of finance, if you say loan.
Yeah. Put loan. We put
Loan or guarantee, and then let's say if you have already something on I think you have here cultural and creative sector. Okay, if you search, let's see.
Then you can choose the size of your company, also startup, micro, SME,
Yeah.
Okay, the partners. Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have you could say. I mean, you would not maybe care so much if it's InvestEU or any other program, but let's see. Let's show. We have still 14 under InvestEU. Have we?
Okay.
So we have again start what I showed, and we have also this PMV, which is yeah, I think in Flemish part operating, and so but further will come there. You see all sectors, I give all sectors, clean tech, but also cultural and creative sectors, startup and early stage. So they should have normally, I mean, they just signed a contract last week. Normally they should have a landing page where you say, where you get some further information about this very program than here.
Yeah, but if you click, you get some basic information here.
Yeah. So again, that's when you have a smaller enterprise. Again, if you want to start a battery factory, then go to the EIP directly. Then so that's how it works. Yeah. Yes. We can. You had something. Yeah. I mean, we have in the question of we have art projects and creative industry hub. Yes, please either check there. I would say check there this financial intermediaries that they're on this page for your country. So it's going country wise. You can also search about across EU, but I think typically you are based in a specific member state, and then you can see on this web page what is available for you there.
Okay. Okay, shall we go to another question raised by the...
Sure, or if there are someone...
So there is a question in during the registration. Alessandro, yes, please, go on first.
Thank you, sorry again. Just, I think it's a stupid question, but it's always better to say. So for example, I have my company is based in Berlin, in Germany, okay? Can I, and my project is in another country, eligible country. Can I search about another country investment, like as you showed just right now, or I have to do something for my company in my country? So this is mandatory or is not because of you? Because for example, for Creative and Horizon, I can be able to reach other stakeholders, let's say. in other countries that are
Yeah,
interested?
no, definitely. So as long as it within the EU 27 and now also Norway and Iceland, it would be eligible. It's just let's see if you go to a specific country. Let's say you're going, let's say, to Spain, and say, okay, I want to have a project in Spain, and this is this and this project, and I going to this bank which is contracted with us, and I say, okay, you have your headquarter in Berlin, and they need some security, some collateral somehow. It's then up to the banks to say, okay, it's good InvestEU, so we give you the loan from our Spanish branch then, or have to go back to Germany and looking for there. But basically, I would say it's that would work.
Okay. Always like bank in a bank
the bank
way.
this,
In a bank way.
the banks should let's say, as I said a bit, they cannot just from us get a guarantee and do business as usual. So that's not the sense of this project. So they should first support the sectors that we set to them, say, okay, go more to the cultural sector, and then be a bit more risky for in the loans, or give a longer maturity period, so can pay back, let's say, in 20 years or so.
No, this
do
is
something, and we still take the just this risky part of their portfolio out of them. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so then in the registration, someone raised this question: opportunities to go international and or cooperate with partners from third countries. Sorry, what would be your comments on this question?
I mean, we have the Commission have some programs to support this internationalization of the InvestEU fund. I haven't seen so many projects, let's say, with the target, because they, okay, I'm of course they're saying, okay, I'm don't know, producing components for hydrogen technology, and then I want to export it later. So this is let's say inherited there, but real internationalization with this portal, maybe with this portal, project portal. So we had I mean, we had here on this projects we had some last year, and the year before we had some virtual roadshow to the United States, where we presented the projects to let's say American investors. This is but we have the Commission have some dedicated programs for the internationalization. This is not specifically under InvestEU.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. Then another question. Well, I'm not sure if you have answered for this, but anyways, how can InvestEU help to launch a creative industries hub based in Portugal, if this is possible?
Yeah, in Portugal, yeah. Again, I mean, that's eligible under the social window, and again, it depends on the size of the project. We have now this say we have financial intermediaries, and also now let's say it just takes 4 weeks, then also the Portuguese promotional bank will be part of this InvestEU, and I think they would then be the right implementing partner. It depends again what you need, if you need large scale investment or a bit smaller one. That depends, but basically, yeah, you could go. We have tested this yesterday. And this question, and when you go to this access to finance, you would get then 2 addresses already. It's the Banco BPI and a branch of Santander, which would give you loans in this direction. If it's a bit larger, then I would wait until your Spanish promotional bank, how is it called?
ICO?
No, that's a Spanish one. That's the Portuguese one. It's also B, don't know. Banco Portuguese BPI, maybe it's again something like that. But this is about to come.
Okay.
This I can. Wait, sorry.
Yes, go on.
You can see here.
Yes.
So Banco BPI, Banco whatever it is.
Yeah. CaixaBank. So they all should help you in the creative sector there.
Yeah, I think these are creative sector. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much.
If you click on one, maybe on the first one, BPI, but maybe they have just signed last week or on Monday. We had a signing event with one of the banks in Lisbon, as I know.
Yeah. This whatever it says. Okay, I think it's a press release.
Yeah, is that working in the moment?
I don't know. Do you see or
no?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it works, but I don't know why it doesn't show. Sorry.
Doesn't show. It's in.
I mean, it opens up to me.
Yeah. Okay. Good, but again, here you would find some below this with this link. Yeah, here with this link you would find some further information.
Okay, thank you very much. Then for the other questions, what are the fields of development most valued in the European Union? I think these are the 4 strands that you approach.
We will have just say we will have a 5th window for the future for strategic developments. That's let's see to clean tech and so on. Okay. And also helping in the delivery chain. So what I said already, put some of the production within Europe again. If this, let's say, this will work, but this is now under in the council about the money. So we asking for 10 billion, and then we should then mobilize 100 billion at the end of the project. This is in the moment negotiation between the parliament and the council.
Yeah, then maybe a last question. What are the provisions for projects dedicated to integrate education, arts and knowledge? Maybe just some comments on this.
To integrate education,
arts and knowledge.
Yeah, to put them all together, you mean? Yeah, we have we have some projects in France by this French promotional bank, Caisse de Dépôt, and they investing in let's say some areas or in they now refurbishing some sites, let's say, where they put together education somehow, even schools together with other facilities, let's say as shops, things like that. It could be then when you would have something specifically art and education, that would be interesting for the Caisse de Dépôt. So if you should go to them, because they have a kind of, we call it framework operations. They've been doing 20 of this kind of projects, renovation of some cultural facilities in the broader sense, and they that would suit to them, but it's in France only. But we had some upcoming projects in Spain, for example. So this would suit them. The problem is always to find the right partner. Maybe here this advisory hub could help the people there to find the right bank or institution to contact.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Michael. Well, I take the opportunity of this tip to ask you if you have any other tips or advices to share with our community. Again, our community is composed of scientists, technology experts, and artists. If you have some tips, advices that could share with us, I think we would be glad to hear.
I mean, if you just if you have a project, then let's say the first step wanted to publish it on this InvestEU portal. This is then showcased to investors, let's say without any guarantee that you get funding, but we had, I don't know, 10 or 20% of them get funding. And then for smaller one, then you have a look on this Access to Finance EU. And if you have a real large project, then you have to go one of these banks listed on our website. So the European Investment Bank or these promotional banks in the country, then as CDC, Caisse de Dépôt, GDP in Italy, and ICO in Spain, and so on.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. Polona, anything to last minutes comments?
Maybe if, like Michael said, go first to the portal and then immediately apply for all the pitching opportunities, because I think that gives you the biggest and quickest visibility to investors. And I think it's the quickest possible access to finance we can give as InvestEU, because I guess through the fund it will take a little while.
Okay, thank you very much, Polona. Then one last question for the audience. If you have questions for the experts, any other questions that you would like to pose today? Well, if not, Michael and Polona, thank you very much for joining us today, for sharing your expertise with us. Thank you also for the attendees that joined us today, also for your participation. I think we have covered a good bunch of questions today. Of course, a lot of more questions could be addressed today, and I believe when we start completing the registrations form, also taking a look, a more deeply look on the InvestEU platform and the other services that you provide, a lot of other questions will be raised in our heads. And well, if the audience and the ones that are watching us on YouTube have questions, please share your questions with us. We can then forward them to Michael and Polona, or directly contacting them through InvestEU platform by accessing their website. I have shared the links on the chat. We will then include the links for the InvestEU platform and all the other links for S+T+ARTS social media website, also on the description of the video on YouTube. And maybe, well, as I said, we are planning other S+T+ARTS sessions. The next one will be held on the 26th of July, and it will be dedicated to public funding. We hope to see you there and the other S+T+ARTS activities that we are planning, of course. If you are attending the Ars Electronica Festival in September, S+T+ARTS will have a lot of activities there, and well, I would be glad to connect with you there. You can also reach me by email or message on LinkedIn. And finally, don't forget again to subscribe to the S+T+ARTS newsletter and follow us on social media. Thank you very much, Michael and Polona. The attendees, thank you very much. I hope to see you there in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.